Hey, we are back for another game of Dread Knights. We do a little bit better this time, both in game and with the rules. But it's blastercated painting. We don't do that much better with anything. So we are on to our second scenario of Dread Knights here. I know you know this, but if you don't know, a miniatures game of the gothic blood and all things that go bump in the night. You are monster hunters in Victorian times. I always think it's Victorian, like England. That's how I play it anyway. Uh, yeah, this is a fun game. Look into this one, guys. Hopefully, we do better on scenario 2, which is called The Undead Surround Me. Have you ever talked to a corpse? I've talked to corpses. They're just not. It's always very sad. Either way, let's get into the second game here. Okay, so we're starting the second game of Dread Knights, and this one's called The Undead Surround Me. Have you ever talked to a corpse? So that's weird. I did get some rules clarifications from the author of the book on Facebook. On the Facebook group, he was actually incredibly prompt. It was pretty good. So anyway, this is the second mission. We're in a park trying to find the entrance to a ghoul lair, apparently. Okay, so we'll start with our first turn. So it's round 1. I already have another rules question. The ghouls are undead, so my one Hunter William has a -3 to fight undead, but does fight mean hand to hand and not ranged? I don't know. I'm going to take it as though fight means hand to hand. Okay, so I'm going to start with him. He's got the shotgun, and he's going to move first. His movement is 5. So I want to go this way or that way to try to shoot one of these ghouls. He's probably going to get swarmed by ghouls, but whatever. He's going to move there, and then he's going to take a shot at this ghoul here. He has a shotgun, so it's a presence, and he has a presence +2. So we're looking for 12 or higher, so 10 or higher, right? Because +2. Hey, he gets a 10 +2, so that's 12. That makes it. And then he hits that ghoul, and he hits him for D10. Hopefully it's good. Oh, it's a 10! I don't know how much health they have, or anything. I didn't even look. Okay, it's a grave robbing ghoul. He's got an HP of 8. He's got armor 1, so that drops it down to 9. But that's enough. That just blows him right out of the sky. So that's a great first turn. I'm sure it'll all go downhill from here. Okay, so that's his turn. And we'll drop a blastercated painting activation token there. I'm trying to figure out a way to get those out to you guys somehow if people want them. No one will want them. Anyway, okay, moving on. Okay, so then I guess we'll split. And Deadlock will move up 5. He'll actually just move up here. And he'll shoot at this ghoul. He has a revolver. And he's got a presence +3. So if it's a 12, so I'm looking for a 9 at least. That's a 3. So he does not hit. He still loses an ammo though. And we'll mark that down there. Okay, so then Madge will go. She's got the biggest move. She moves 7, so she can actually get within an inch of this guy. So just move. And she'll attack, or should she just try to search for the thing? Didn't see anything in the scenario that you can't search if the enemies are close. But I think we'll just attack instead. So she has a cane sword. And that pluses her agility, so she's got +1 agility and it's a D8 damage. So cane sword, that's a 7, so that's nothing. Okay, but he gets to strike back at the same time. This is one of the rules questions I had. And they have claws, I think it is. Claws, yeah. Anytime a ghoul hits someone, they have to take a toughness test, and on a failure, they're diseased. So the ghoul strikes back. I think it's supposed to be simultaneously. He gets a 17. So he hits. That's wonderful. And then his claws are D6. And it's 5. So he just does 5 damage outright to her. And then she has to pass a toughness test. And her toughness is +1. She fails that, so she's diseased and she takes 5 damage. So this is where I said everything's going to go terrible. So she's now 5 and diseased, which I'm going to have to look up. Okay, so I think after the mission I have to purchase a remedy for her to cure her. I don't think I can cure her by just healing. It doesn't say that in the book anywhere. So there's some unclearness in the book. So I think you're just supposed to meant to just like fill in some of the gaps sometimes, which is fine. Like that's cool. Couple things like fight, like he has a -3 to fight undead. It doesn't clearly state that means melee or ranged. Or does it mean both? Like a fight isn't, I don't know, blasting a ghoul with a shotgun. I don't know, is that a fight? I guess it might be. It's not a gunfight because they don't both have guns. Maybe I'm being too literal or not literal enough. So anyway, she is now -3 to all her tests from now on until she gets cured. So I think I need to purchase a remedy from the apothecary in between missions for 7 shillings. I don't have a lot of money, so anyway, we'll move on to my last 2. And I guess, see, this is the problem. He's not going to, like, these guys aren't going to be able to make it up there. So maybe if I just make it more enticing for them. So if I double move, maybe. No, he already went. So he double moved. All the bad guys are coming out in a second anyway. Like, they're just gonna swarm me. I don't even know how I'm gonna get up there. Like, it's not a forgiving game. Okay, so they have all gone. So now it's the monster's turn. So anyway, all the ghouls now. We roll 2d6 to see where they move. This one's not gonna move because it's engaged, right? Like it's gonna attack. So we'll see where this one goes. So it would move 6 towards this guy. So I'm gonna move my activation tokens because we're done for the turn. So he moves within 1 inch of him. This one over here, yeah, he's gonna move. And he gets right over there as well. And then these ones back here can see them, so they'll move towards them. So that's 8. Things are not good right off the bat. That's 7. That's 6. This one has a pistol in his hand that I converted for some reason. This is a 1 and 4, that's 5. Okay, so then, no, we're still on turn 1. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't roll for weather conditions right off the bat. Okay, so we're going to do that next turn. We're going to make sure at the beginning we roll for weather. Because we forgot. Okay, so this one attacks Madge. So I'm the yellow one. It's the red one. It got an 18. And I got a 17 minus 3. So we both hit? Yeah, because it would have been minus 3, but she's there, so just a straight minus 3. So we both hit. I have a cane sword. He has a claws. So for claws, he rolls a d6. And for cane sword, I roll a d8. He does 6 damage. She does 4 damage. Let me look at my omen things or whatever they are. So the thing we're going to do is we're going to have her go down. And he's going to take... We're going to use the one that does max damage to remove him off the board. But then she'll go down. Okay, so she goes down. He dies. So that's 2 ghouls we've taken out. Okay, it's like I have a plan in my head. We'll see if it works. 2 ghouls. Let's write that down. So I have a plan in my head. We'll see if it works at all. Okay, so now he's gonna do the fight here. So we lost our max damage one. Or we didn't lose it, we used it. That's 11. That's a 15. He's striking back, so it's a minus 3, but he's got his buddy here. Are they close enough within? Yeah, just barely. So he hits. The ghoul doesn't hit. So then he hits with his... He's got a big fishing hook. He's got a fishing spear, and he hits with a d8. So he hits for 5. And the ghoul takes 5 damage. He's got health, so that brings him down to 3. Okay. Oh no, he's got 1 armor. So that drops him up to 4. Or brings him up to 4. Okay, so then we go over to the fight with our witch Babbage, which is never good because she's awful. Babbage has a makeshift hand weapon. Yeah, either way. Here comes Babbage. Oh yeah, I gotta remember the plus that they get from their weapon. I'm not even doing it right. So Babbage is strength, but her strength is minus 3. So she's not doing well. And she's striking back, so it's another minus 3. So she's minus 6 to this. She's not close enough to that guy. Okay, well she got 5, so it doesn't matter. He got 15. So he does... Oh, he's got 16. So he does d6 with his claws. That's 3. And then she has to do a toughness test, which is 0, to see if she's diseased. Yeah, she's diseased. So there we go. She's minus 3 to the rest. And she takes 3 hits. Things are not great on this side of the board. So anyway, that's the first round. So we're going to go to round 2, and we got to remember to check for weather. So we're in round 2. We're going to go to weather. I marked this book so it'd be easier to find stuff. I just put in like Post-its. Turns out it didn't help me. Where's weather? Okay, weather's on a D12. And it is a 6. So 6 is infestation. D4 grave rats appear on a random board edge. Roll once and place all rats on that board edge. Okay. So let's find out how many are coming out first. 4. Oh my god. And then it's 1 to 3 and 4 to 6. So over here, 4 grave rats appear. Guess that's not the worst for now because they will go after the ghouls because they're not the same type. But I don't, it's not technically weather. Raining rats is not technically weather. As the game goes, I like it a lot more than I enjoyed Death Wizards because Death Wizards didn't seem, it just all seemed, felt very samey. This is very different, and the only thing that's same is that, like, it's brutal. So, anyway, first thing I'm going to do is go with Deadlock, and he's going to move here, and he's within 1 inch. He's going to use his Doctor's Bag to pick up Madge, and she heals D4 health, which is 4, so she's back up to 4 health. Just gotta mark it down. Okay, so then she's back up. That's his turn because he moved and used his Doctor's Bag. So now Madge is going to... She might as well go. I wonder if she should try and do this thing. Or should she try and kill somebody? I guess technically she's still engaged because she's within 1. So she's got to fight, right? Okay. So let's fight. Agility. Her agility's +1. She's got a 12, 13. Perfect. Oh my god. He's got a 17. I'm gonna use my Bond of Fate to re-roll his die. It's a 4. Okay, so that's great. And then grab our D8 for damage. It's an 8, but he's got an armor. It doesn't matter. He's dead. Oh, goodness gracious. So that's 3 ghouls down. Just marking it down. Okay, so that's 3 ghouls down. He's gone. She has gone. She can't move because you got to move first in this game. So then we're going to move William here. He moves 5. So he's going this way. And he's going to blast this guy with a shotgun. And it's a presence, so he has +3 to his presence. So he's got 11 +3, so that's a hit. And then the shotgun is a D10, and that's a 10. Armor minus is 1, but anyway, it gets him. That's blown off the board. William is crushing ghouls today. And then we just have to mark that he shot again. So then the next turn, if he wants to use his shotgun, he has to reload. Or I guess he can't, because he'd have to move, then reload, and then use it the next turn. It's pretty balanced, the game, in that kind of respect. So anyway, he went. Babbage is still locked in combat, but I'm kind of thinking that I can get this guy over here within 1 inch. Yeah. So he comes over. What's his name again? Modron? Modron comes over, which is a weird name. And he's going to attack. And he's got fishing spear. Alright. And the ghoul strikes back. So that was one of the things that I wasn't sure, because it's not clearly stated in the book. In the book it says an enemy can strike back while you're fighting. It doesn't say monsters do. But the author of the book said monsters always strike back at DR12, so here we go. I got a 12, which is perfect, and it got a 1, which is a fumble. So let me just look up a fumble. I know it can't drop its claws, but hold on. Okay, so he hits, the ghoul doesn't, so now we have to roll for damage, which is a D8. So many dice for this game. That's 5, which brings it down to 4, which means he's at 4. I was really hoping we were going to take him out of there. Okay, so now, who do we have left? Just Babbage? Babbage can't fight these guys. She's got a -3 to strength. And they don't get the -3 because it's a DR12. She doesn't get a plus anything because she's got a buddy next to her. We would negate that -3 if it was a strike back. So, I think she can disengage. Let me look at how to do that. Alright, so she's going to try and move. The monster's going to try and stop her. So he rolls on a DR12. I think if it was another person, it's plus agility, but not for a monster. So DR12. If he fumbles, I get to move and do an action. If he criticals, I think he attacks me. But if he fails, I just move. And if he succeeds just normal, I just stay there. He succeeds, so I just stay there. Fantastic. Okay, so all my guys have gone. So now it's the monster's turns to go. I think we'll start... I think it's supposed to be random, but I think we're going to start with the rats first. Here's what I'll do. 1, 2, or 3, I'll start with the ghouls. 4, 5, or 6, I'll start with the rats. So it's a 6. I'll start with the rats. So the rats move. This rat moves. 9. And that ghoul is closest. So it goes here to 9. That's wonderful. And then the next rats will go. And he's only going 3. Where are some of those rolls when I need him? Next rats. Oh, that's an 11. So he's definitely up here. This ghoul's about to get wrecked. But then there's a bunch of rats running around. And that last one is, what, 9. This ghoul is about to get ganged up on. Okay, so he can't move because he's engaged. This ghoul will move, and the rat is closest. So he moves closer to the rat. So maybe the rat weather storm is a good thing. The last ghoul moves 9. To whoever's closest. I think that's going to be Madge. She's like 4 away. It's like the same distance. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 Madge, 4, 5, 6 Modron. 6, so he's moving towards Modron. That's a better choice. Okay, so let's do this fight first. I get to strike back. I won't have the -3. Because, oh yeah, and Babbage is diseased. Gotta remember that. So we won't have the -3 because my guy is close to him. So I get a 12, I get a 14. I've already used my reroll and my max damage. I'm just gonna check my omens one more time. No. Okay. So they're both taking hits. Ghoul's rolling a d6. And he rolls a 6. And I'm rolling a d8. And I roll a 4. So that means 3 damage on the ghoul. Bring him down to 5 because of his armor. And 6 damage on my guy. Oh my gosh. Things aren't great. Okay, so now we're going to do ghoul versus rat explosion. So this ghoul will attack that rat first. Let's do that first. Oh, I guess they moved in, so they should attack first. So the rat will attack first. I got to pull up the profile for rats because I didn't have that one ready to go. So they're both rolling 12. 12 or higher. It's a 13 for the ghoul. It's a 7 for the rat. Oh, but I didn't differentiate which one was which. Okay, so let's re-roll. The rat is red. Okay, 1. That's a fumble. But they can't drop their weapon, so it doesn't matter. But the ghoul gets 16. So that's a hit, and the ghoul rolls a d6. And that's a 4. Rats don't have an armor, but it takes 4, but he's got 5 health, so he's down to 1. This rat attacks next. It's a rat party. So red for rats. That's a 9. This is a 6. They both fail that. Okay, this rat attacks this ghoul now. That's red. It's 11 and a 10. They both fail that. Okay, so now this ghoul... So now he gets to fight too, because it's still his turn. That's a little confusing. So this ghoul will attack that rat. Red for rats. That's a 20. So that's a critical from the rat, which means it does max damage. Which means it does 6 damage, right? Oh no, it's a D4, so it does 4 damage minus, so down to 3, so down to 5. And the ghoul missed. So then we have this ghoul attacks that rat. So red is for rat. They both hit. So the rat rolls a D4 for 4 damage. That brings him down to 3, so that's... it brings it down to 3, so that's 5 damage. And then the ghoul rolls a D6. And it does 5, which kills the rat. Okay. Alright, so that's all the monsters have gone. All my guys have gone. We're going to move on to round 3. And then we're going to find out what's happening. Okay, so the weather thing we messed up a little bit. We got to roll D20 and on a 15 plus we changed the weather. But that's okay because we missed it the first time. So that's an 11. We don't change the weather. So it was still just infestation, which we call rat storm. But on turn 3 for this mission or scenario, on round 3, a savage werewolf spawns on a random board edge. So I don't know, is that the start of round 3? We're going to say that it is. So we're on round 3 now, and a savage werewolf's coming out. And we're going to go to 2, so he's coming out over here. And there he is. So that's terrifying. So let's start round 3. Okay, so the werewolf is terrifying because none of my guys have silver weapons, so like we can kind of down it and deal with things, but we can't kill it. We can't possibly kill it the whole game. So that's awful. So now we're going to start round 3, and things are, well, they're nuts. Madge moves 7, and she's going to move 7, and she's going to test this. We got to start doing the actual mission here, I guess. We're trying to, while also avoiding death. She's going to roll a d6. She's got to make a presence test first. She makes it, and on a d6 we find out what we get. It's a 1. Nothing is here. Okay, so then it gets removed from the board. Alright, so that's her first go. That's her whole thing, actually. So she's activated. I'm wondering if he should just even move. Because if he moves here, he's going to be within 1 inch. So he's going to test that as well. And it's presence for deadlock. His presence is +3. 17, so he passes. And we're rolling for a 5. Hopefully it's not something terrible. 5. A hole in the ground containing a random weapon. Oh my gosh. So how do we roll a random weapon? Oh, it's a D100? This can't be an experimental weapon. Okay, D100. So I don't have a D100, and I don't have the percentile dice out to do it. So I'm going to roll one on my phone, and it's an 18. And an 18 is a shotgun. Okay, so we're going to take he's got a shotgun now. Does it come loaded? We needed to attack that werewolf. So anyway, that removes the fake entrance here. Okay, so then he's gone. And then I think we'll have this guy run around and search this one. He's going to make a presence test. That's William. He's got a presence +2. It's a 7. Oh boy. What bonds of fate did I have left? Oh, automatically pass one test. Okay, he automatically passes it then. Remove it, and we'll roll a d6 to see what happens. It's a 2. Back to... The only problem with these kind of games is there's a lot of flipping through bugs. A 2 is a grave rat nest. Place 1 grave rat. Oh my god. Hey, a grave rat. Wonderful. Okay, so he's gone. And then we have, so the last one back here is the entrance. So we have to find it. We've got Madron and Babbage. So Madron is going to attack the ghoul. D20s. He strikes back. For 2, he doesn't get it, and neither do I. So neither of us get it. And then Babbage attacks the ghoul, but she has a -3. No, she's going to try and leave. She's going to try and leave, so he has to roll a DR12. He fails, so she leaves. 5. And her activation ends. So maybe she can do something with her manuscript next time, finally. So he's gone, this guy's gone. Now we're on to the monster phase, so let's see where the werewolf's going first. He's only going 7. That's probably enough to get him over by this guy, though. Yeah. Okay. Should we do all the attacks first, or all the moves first? I tend to like to get them to move first, but let's just do the attack then. Okay. That's Deadlock. You know what? This is not good. Deadlock has a -3 attack to werewolves. Oh boy. Okay, so red is for werewolves in this situation. He's got 13, so he definitely passes. I've got 11 -3, so I don't pass. Oh no. Werewolves are terrifying. Savage Werewolf, Claw, D10, D8, and any model down by a werewolf must make a toughness test. Okay, D8. Where's my D8? It's a 4. My guy doesn't have any armor. I don't know. He doesn't, so he's taking 4. This guy didn't reload. Oh no. Anyway, that's not the point. So then we go to... None of the rats are going to move. Like, this guy stays here, this guy stays here. Oh, there's no one to fix the -3 to strike back because they're not close enough. This rat's going to move. He moves 4. He's going to move 4 towards the goal. Yep. It's like here, which is close enough. Alright, so I guess we'll have Madron fight, since all these ghouls are going to fight him first. So this ghoul first, and he's at a -3 because he's striking back. So this ghoul first. That fails, okay. This ghoul next. 18, 17. Okay, so they're both going to hit. So the ghoul hits for D6. It's 2. Does that kill him? No, it doesn't, but he's so close. And then we have to see if he's diseased. So it's toughness. He's got a +1 to toughness. That's 12. Okay, so he passes that. He's not diseased. And then he does D8 for his fishing spear. He does 5, which is 4. Oh my god, it brings him down to 1. Nope, that was this one that was attacking him. He's dead. So now we got the rat and ghoul party. Oh no, this rat will attack my guy. So red is for rat. Well, the red is always the bad guys when they're fighting my team. I got a 20, which means it's a crit, which means max damage. He got an 18. Oh my gosh. So he's going to do D4 damage. And I'm going to do max damage, which is 8. Right? Shotgun? No, I'm not firing a shotgun. I'm firing a makeshift hand weapon. So I only do 4. The makeshift hand weapon is a D4. That is the lamest thing ever. Okay, well, he hasn't taken any hits yet till now, so. And the rat, which means he's down to 1. Come on. Now this rat party happens. So who's going to attack first? Because they're going to each get to attack. Okay, so we'll do all the rats. This rat versus this ghoul. Rat's a rat. 1919. They both hit. Ghoul does D6. And rat does D4. 3, which means 2. Brings this ghoul down to 3. And this rat's off the board. Okay. So then the next rat attacks the same ghoul. Rat hits, ghoul doesn't. 17. Ghoul does 2 damage, which goes down to 1 damage, which brings him down to 2 damage. Oh my gosh. This ghoul is troublesome. Alright, then this rat attacks this ghoul. Rat hits for D4, which is 1, minus the armor, which is 0. Come on, guys. Okay, so now this ghoul hits that rat. So the rat is red. 14, 20. Oh! Okay, so the ghoul does 3 damage, which brings the rat down to 2. And the rat does maximum damage, which is 4, which kills this ghoul. I don't get the money for killing that ghoul, but that's alright. Alright, now this ghoul attacks that guy. 14 and 9, so the ghoul hits, the rats don't. And the ghoul does 6 damage, which takes out the rat. Okay, I do really like the mechanic that they'll fight each other. Because if they didn't, you would just be overrun. So, like, the ghouls should technically... The ghouls and the rats should also technically go after the werewolf as well, because they're different types. So, holy smokes. Okay, so that's the end of turn 3. We'll roll 15 or higher to see if the weather changes. It doesn't. And they're going into round 4. Okay, so this is round 4. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go with Madge, who's just going to double move so that she's up here. She's up behind here and out of line of sight. And then we're going to go with the rest of the team. So the rest of the team can't do all that much because they're all engaged. I think what the hope is what my hope is that maybe they can kill some stuff and get loose to get off the board next time. We could try to cast a spell on the werewolf. Babbage has got a presence +4, which is what she uses to cast her manuscripts. Last time it didn't go so well. I could also use it to make, or try to make someone attack, because one of my manuscripts is the attack one. So let me go double check. Okay, so let's try to cast the vampire spell on the werewolf. Okay, we have to pass this. She's got presence +4. Oh my god, it's a 7. Hold on, is there anything I can do with my Bonds of Fate? We've already done that one. Cancel one critical or fumble. Nope. Remove a down model from play. Nope, she fails it. And then the vampire is now targeting her again, which is what happened last game. So we should probably just stop trying to use that spell. He's going to show up over here. There's that same vampire. Feral vampire. That's wonderful. Okay, well, you did great, Babbage. You did great. I have a feeling you're moving off the board. Just these guys then. Let me double check some stuff and then we'll start fighting. Alright, so technically Should we just try to leave this insanity? Let's try to leave. So he's gonna roll 12 or higher. He rolls an 18, so I definitely just don't leave. And that's his turn. Might as well just attacked him, but whatever. He's got a -3 to attack werewolves. So Modron. No, he'll just attack, whatever. 4 and an 8, so they both fail. Okay. This guy's got a makeshift weapon. He's going to try and leave. So, it's an 18 again. So these are just wastes of turns, man. She already went up there too because she moved. And that's my turn. Okay, so the rats. Yeah, I'll go with the rats moving first. That one rat's got to move. He just moves here. And then we'll go with the vampire moving next. He moves 7. His priority is Babbage. So he just flies like here. This is the vampire from one of the GW Underworld sets. Wintermaw or something. It's one of the coolest miniatures they've done. I wish that they would just do a unit of those things separate. Anyway. It's fighting time. So let's do the rats versus the ghoul first. Let's just get that out of the way. Rats are red. So rats versus ghoul first. That is both hit. So the ghoul does a d6. So he does 2. That's enough to kill the rat. And the rat does a d4, which is 4, but it knocks it down to 3. So he's down to 2. That rat's off the board. I think Rat Weather actually saved me this mission. Okay, so then this rat attacks my guy. My guy's at a -3. But he gets -3. It's 2, so he's at a -1. Doesn't matter, I rolled a 9, but he rolled a 16, so that's all that matters. And then a d4 of 1 damage to my guy. Now this ghoul will attack Modron. And Modron gets 12. And the ghoul gets 15. So they both hit. Oh boy. Modron cannot take any hits here. If he takes it, he's down. And he's going to take at least 1. Unless the ghoul rolls a critical. But he didn't roll a critical, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, he does a d8 and the ghoul does a d6. So the ghoul does 4. He does 2 on his way out, which means 1. Which brings him down to 4. Modron goes down. I'll use my Bond of Fate to take him off the board. To make sure he's gonna auto-pass his death save when the time comes. Because there's really no helping him. So now the werewolf attacks. My guy's at a -3 plus a -3, so a -6. That's too bad. I would have actually done something with straight dice, but it's 16, and he does. Werewolf does what? D10. Yeah, D8. D8 slash there. It's 2 damage. Let me check his damage. 2 damage. Oh, he's still there. 2. Okay. That's the end of the round. So we're going to be moving around 5. We have to check if we're going to change weather. That's 15 plus. We are going to change the weather. And we're going to roll a d12 for our weather change. It's a 4. That's gloomy. Streetlights dim. Apply the partial darkness condition. Partial darkness is above, but models only suffer -3 to rolls. And range of light sources extended 9 inches. We don't have any light sources. Models in darkness cannot target or be targeted by range attacks or manuscripts. As above, but models only suffer -3 to rolls, and range of light sources extends to 9 inches. So we're all just suffering -3. And some of them are diseased, so they're suffering even more. Oh, I had to see if this guy was diseased. He's diseased, so my whole team right now is diseased. No, actually, he's not diseased, but these guys are diseased. Okay, so now we're going on to round 5. Okay, round 5 is here. The first thing we're going to do is Madge is going to loot this, because it's the only one left on the board. We found the entrance. And then we have to decide who's going to do what. Are they all just going to try and flee? They should all really just try and flee. But then, if we don't hit anything... Oh, boy. Alright, let's go with William first. He's going to try and flee. So the rat rolls DR12. He stays there. Oh, my God. Deadlock will try and flee as well. He stays there. So this red dice is the devil. Babbage is going to try and cast a spell to make this ghoul attack that rat. Can we do that? Or do we make the rat try to attack the vampire? I think we make the ghoul try to attack the rat. Okay, so she's got to get a presence test, DR12. She's got a presence of 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. She passes. This rat moves here and attacks the ghoul immediately. So rat is red. 19 and 11. So rat doesn't hit, but the ghoul definitely hits. And the ghoul hits for... I just got 1. Ghoul hits for 6. So that rat's dead. Really would have preferred the ghoul to go, because they hit harder. Whatever, we're going to take what we can get. She actually passed a test. That's amazing. No, she wouldn't have passed the test, because she's diseased. So that wouldn't have happened. Never mind. We have to reset that. Because -3, she got 12 right at the gate. But -3, yeah, so. She wouldn't have got it. This is the most depressing team. So anyway, we move on to the monsters. Let's see where the vampire's going. He's moving only 5. Is that enough? That's not enough to get him up to Babbage. But these rats and these ghouls are all going. The rat is still closest to him, so he goes there. That's good. This ghoul is going... Oh, only 2. Maybe we have a saving grace. Because now he's out of the... Oh my god, he's not engaged. I don't know if that would have happened like that, because he was engaged. But he was also engaged with the rat. I don't know. Either way. Werewolf doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so these guys are all going to go fight. Let's do the werewolf first. Werewolf fights. I'm at a minus... I'll be at a mic because I'm striking back, so I'm at a -6. 7 and 2. Okay, so nothing happens there. This rat and the ghoul are going to fight, so the rat attacks. Nothing happens there. And then the ghoul gets his attack. And nothing happens there. So where are all these rolls before? Okay, so we're on to turn 6. And it's dark. It's partially dark. This is the last turn. We get a roll to see if the weather changes. It doesn't. Alright. first thing that happens is Babbage leaves the board. Next thing that happens is he goes in between these guys to roll. Yeah, he's going to go right in between them, and he's going to go off the board, double move. We're leaving Deadlock to himself. Madge goes off the board over there. It's amazing that Madge was down, got reinvigorated, and now is just like stuck. She did all the work pretty much. Okay, so now we just have Deadlock. Does he try to move? If he disengages, he's going to get off the board. Okay. Don't pass. No, he passed, so never mind that. So then let's do some movement, because these guys are going to move. This ghoul's going to move towards this werewolf, vampire. 5. He gets there. These guys don't move at all. This guy doesn't move at all. So let's just do... Technically, we just do the werewolf, see what happens, and then we can end it, because this is the end of the mission. Werewolf fails. Oh my god. 18 minus 6 is 12. Deadlock hits him. He's at a minus 6, but he still gets his... Yeah, so he hits him. And he's got a makeshift weapon, so it's just a makeshift hand weapon. And he does 2 damage to him. The werewolf's got armor, nothing happens. But then these guys would fight each other, and that's the end of the mission. God, things are not great for my team. So let's find out what happens here at the end of everything. So that's the second game of Dread Knights. Yeah, we did a little better. It's still horrifying. Everything is terrifying in this game. I think that's one of the reasons I like it. When a monster comes on the table, I'm not just like, I'll take care of that, no problem. I'm literally like, nothing goes well. It's not going to be good. But that was fun. We do still have 2 more games coming. If you guys are enjoying this, please let me know in the comments below. The comments. Please leave some. Thank you. As always, we want to thank our Patreon supporters, Charming, Grenade, Richie Fender, and LK. You 3 are the best. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Also, if you guys are enjoying this sort of stuff, let me know in the comments below. I can do more there. Are other games I want to play. I'm definitely going to do more. I would love to be able to play and film a whole campaign of a game. Well, I did that for Silver Bayonet, but I'd like to do more. And I'm going to do more Silver Bayonet, just whether you like it or not. Let me know in the comments below. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. And you guys have a great day.